So my name is Roxy Lewis. I come from the Squamish nation of the Coast Salish, along with the Nuchanath as well, a few different First Nations from there as well. With Sgsmånite, the chief mountain, and Sgsmånite, Shannon Falls is connected with the Sníchim. We believe that when Sgsmånite, who was the son of a chief of this village, was put forward to slay the Sníchim, he followed its trail, and some say that Shannon Falls was created by the Sníchim, and that the Sníchim used to travel over Smånite, the chief mountain.
Sníchim.
Exactly.
Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay. I have trouble with the pronunciations.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciated Roxy taking the time to have a conversation and teach me about the culture and history of the Squamish First Nation. It's a cool foggy day today, and this mist rolling in on the water is adding great atmospheric effect to this beautiful spot. I can barely see the shoreline across the way. It kind of comes in and out in the fog, and the water's really calm. Behind me on this smooth granite rock wall and under the overhang are these red ochre pictographs overlooking Howe Sound. They're faded but still clearly visible, and this is really cool. My goal here is just to document them and preserve them for history so they're not forgotten. Here's just one example of how large this panel of pictographs is. You have one up higher here on the right, and the canoe or watercraft up on the top. They're pretty large. The highest part of this pictograph is a horizontal line, and it said that it could be a canoe or people paddling some sort of watercraft. These pictographs weave together with various threads of legend, the landscapes, and the oral history of the First Nations in the area. My purpose here is to share an appreciation of indigenous art and imagery with you, and so that these special places are documented and not forgotten. I believe we have much to learn from each other, and by listening, this is the best path forward.
So as far as I know, it was along the Squamish River. And yeah, it took him a while. He said he'll be back shortly, but it ended up taking him 4 years to train to get close enough to it. He started to have vision after vision of telling him what to do to slay the Sníchim, like to create 4 spears with the tips made out of pitch. That he'll finally come to a lake large enough, because the Sníchim was so large there was no lakes within our certain parts of our territory that where it couldn't submerge its whole body underwater. And one was nocturnal and one wasn't, so that made it more difficult. So one was up during the day and it would rest during the night, and the nocturnal one.
Each end of the serpent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it took him 4 years, and it was said that after the body decomposed, he took that bone that had that power that would knock you unconscious, and then he started to make his way back down the Sgsmånite, depending on what family you talk to. But he would stop at every village, these yellow dots here, and yeah, he would actually come to the village, and the people would come to him because they weren't too familiar with who he was, and he'd take that bone out and knock them all unconscious. And then he would reawaken them, and he would explain that he was the Sníchim slayer. And the chief of that village, which is not our term, but Sňchim, would give him someone as a gift. And so with every village he got someone, and then he made his way back down to Sţwx, and He did the same thing, knocked everyone unconscious, reawoken them. He later then received the name Wopakanum, which means serpent slayer.
Wopakanum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, this is an incredible viewpoint. Overlooking the whole valley, panoramic views. Behind me we have Sgsmånite, otherwise known as the Chief Mountain, and the traditional village at the base was Sţwx. This is what we call Squamish today. And this is a fantastic view. Hard to beat views next to the Chief. Such beautiful places like where I'm currently sitting make me grateful that I get to experience and enjoy these spots and share them with others. And Canadians from all walks of life and backgrounds, regardless of First Nation or European descent, we get to come together, and I like to see all communities enjoy the natural landscape that we have around us. And this is one fantastic one. So I also find that I like to learn as much as possible. The more information and knowledge I gain, the more appreciation I have for the outdoors around me. It takes a collaborative effort to care for, preserve, and protect the natural environment. I believe working together for the future is the best for all of us.